In the middle of the mist-covered hills, in the little town of Ravenswood, it was Christmas Eve. The smell of pine filled the air, and the empty streets were softly lit by holiday lights. The majority of the town's residents were gathered in their houses, sharing warmth and laughter with their loved ones. But the Hollis Mansion, on the outskirts of town, stood empty and silent. The villagers had long been fascinated by the mansion and afraid of it. There was a legend that the Hollis family had suddenly vanished on a stormy Christmas Eve decades prior, and that the great house had remained uninhabited ever since. Many said they heard faint echoes of long-forgotten songs wafting through the chilly night air, or saw spooky lights flashing in the mansion's windows. Since moving to Ravenswood, Emily, a curious young journalist, has been drawn to the Hollis Mansion. She made the decision to spend Christmas Eve inside its crumbling walls because she was determined to learn the truth behind the legends. Emily entered the house through the creaky front door around midnight, her flashlight creating long shadows on the worn wallpaper. Inside, the air was cold and there was a pervasive sensation of dread. Emily was not deterred and continued exploring the mansion with the help of her flashlight's faint beam. When she got to the grand hall, she saw the once beautiful Christmas tree with ornaments that seemed like they were frozen in time. Strange whispers began to fill the air as Emily continued to explore, and she began to feel a chill down her spine. As she walked into the empty ballroom, there seemed to be an invisible electricity charging the air. She was astounded to see the area filled with a gentle, ethereal light and watch spectral people spin elegantly to the menacing sound of a ghostly symphony. Ignorant of the passing of time, the transparent figures of the Hollis family danced in endless happiness. Emily was in complete admiration of the spectral dancers' grace as they moved beyond the realm of the living. Emily was taken aback by the bizarre scene when she sensed a ghostly youngster suddenly appear next to her and hold out a tarnished Christmas ornament. There was a quiet cry in the child's eyes for Emily to find the truth that would tie them to the mansion. Emily looked into the Hollis family's past, determined to assist the trapped spirits find peace. She put together the heartbreaking story of a Christmas Eve storm that killed the entire family using old newspapers and lost letters. Their souls, unwilling to let go, kept acting out the happy times they had together. Emily, full of purpose now, set out to find a means to end the spectral cycle. She assembled the spectral family in the large hall on Christmas morning as the sun rose. She made a sincere appeal for them to find serenity and to celebrate the joy and love that Christmas represented. The ghosts of the Hollis Mansion's history vanished that day, and it stood silently ever after. Over time, the locals whispered stories about the journalist who, on that fateful Christmas Eve, had quieted the agitated spirits and revealed the real significance of the festive season. The story of Emily and the Hollis Mansion grew to be a treasured part of Ravenswood's mythology as the years and seasons passed. The villagers sensed a slight change in the atmosphere surrounding the magnificent house, even though they might not have fully comprehended the paranormal activities that took place that Christmas Eve. Once veiled in mystery and terror, the estate started to radiate a peaceful calm that attracted people from all over. Now a valued member of the community, Emily kept researching and recording Ravenswood's past. She became passionate about unearthing lost tales and solving the unanswered mysteries that lingered in the town's past. After her experience at the Hollis Mansion, Emily made a lot of friends in the community over the years, many of whom talked about their own paranormal experiences. Ravenswood's rich tapestry included tales of spectral carolers heard on foggy winter nights and glimpses of ethereal figures near the old graveyard. The village appeared to be a place where ghosts of the past coexisted with the present, and the curtain between the living and the dead was thin. Emily spotted a member of the Hollis family among the crowd one cold December evening as she strolled through the town centre decked out in holiday cheer. Now at peace, the family had come back to Ravenswood to enjoy Christmas in the town that had once been their home. The get-together was a happy occasion with of memories and laughs. Though shocked at first by the ghostly presence, the villagers came around to the notion that the Hollis family had found comfort in the exact community they had left behind. Emily and the Hollis family made the decision to plan a community event at the estate as Christmas Eve drew near. Once a source of terror, the vast estate now served as a symbol of harmony and understanding between the living and the dead. Attracted by the charm of the once haunted home and the spirit of the season, the villagers came together for a shared evening of warmth, laughter, and music. With the gentle illumination of candles, the Hollis Mansion transformed into a space where the past and present merged. The ghostly forms of the Hollis family danced again, but this time they were happy participants in an event that happened beyond time, not restless spirits. On Christmas Eve, when the clock struck midnight, there was an abundance of thankfulness. As she stood in the middle of the celebration, Emily thought about how the Christmas spirit can change people. Ravenswood had discovered a special way to commemorate the wonder of Christmas, and the once isolated mansion had become a symbol of unification, bridging the gap between the living and the deceased. Thus, with a history entwined with the supernatural and the miraculous, Ravenswood continued to prosper. Ravenswood residents congregated at the Hollis Mansion as Christmas drew near, making sure that the charm of that fateful Christmas Eve endured for many years to come and that the ghosts of the past were never forgotten. Years went by, and the connection between Ravenswood's ethereal residents and the living grew stronger. The village gained recognition for its distinctive Christmas customs, drawing tourists ready to take in the alluring fusion of the paranormal and the past. As an elderly member of the community, Emily never stopped telling her experiences to the next generation. The Hollis Mansion had come to represent resiliency and a reminder that even the most tragic events in history may be turned into occasions of harmony and brightness. A group of kids gathered around Emily one very chilly December, their eyes full with amazement. As she related the story of the Hollis family and the enchanted Christmas Eve that permanently altered Ravenswood's destiny, everyone listened with great attention. The children were so moved by the tale that they made the decision to go off on a mission to solve more of the town's secrets. Equipped with flashlights and an unquenchable curiosity, they went into the town's archives and discovered hidden gems. With every discovery they made, they got a little closer to the history of the town and enjoyed the challenge of cracking riddles that had baffled decades. In the town's archives, the kids discovered an old diary just before Christmas Eve. The journal belonged to a long-gone local who wrote about her experiences with good spirits. The comments alluded to a long-forgotten custom, a yearly get-together of ghosts on Christmas Eve to exchange tales and promote kindness. The kids showed Emily and the community the diary, excited about what they had discovered. The discovery inspired Ravenswood to start a new custom. The residents of the town got together in the town square every Christmas Eve as the clock struck midnight to tell ghost stories and toast to the spirits that lurked in the shadows. The celebration's great conclusion took place at the Hollis Mansion, which is now a symbol of harmony between the living and the dead. The Hollis family's phantom figures appeared at the celebrations, demonstrating the enduring strength of love, forgiveness, and the spirit of the season. Thus, Ravenswood kept growing as a community where the old and the new coexisted together. Originating from eerie riddles, the community took pleasure in their Christmas customs. Travelers from all over the world were in awe of the charming hamlet where legends abound on every corner and Christmas magic exists that cuts across the lines between the known and the unknown. As time passed, the mythology of Ravenswood grew outside of its boundaries and captivated the thoughts of people who dared to dream big. Because of this, the spirits of Ravenswood made sure that the enchanted legacy persisted for future generations by whispering their thanks through the rustling winter winds every Christmas Eve, when the village came together to celebrate the marriage of the living and the dead. Ravenswood's distinctive Christmas customs became much more well-known than they had previously. Attracted by the charm of an extraordinary holiday celebration, people started traveling from nearby towns and far-off cities to pay their respect. Ravenswood became a destination for people mesmerized by the enchanting fusion of history and the paranormal as the town's reputation as a haven for the remarkable increased. Ravenswood's population grew as more people moved there as the neighborhood prospered. In the town where the past was an essential part of the present, they were enthralled by the legends that had been passed down through the decades, tales of spectral Coalesce, benign spirits, and the transformational power of Christmas. A young artist named Clara came to Ravenswood one Christmas to look for ideas for her paintings. She was drawn to the town's renown and made the decision to spend the holidays painting a portrait of its distinct character. As Clara strolled down the cobblestone streets, she drew sketches of the old buildings and took in the joyous atmosphere that had a touch of the otherworldly. Clara heard a quiet voice behind her one evening while she was setting up her easel next to the Hollis Mansion. "You capture the essence of Ravenswood beautifully." She was startled to see Emily, who was now a witty older woman, grinning. Emily recounted the tales that had weaved the town's amazing tapestry as she outlined its past. Inspired and moved, Clara made the decision to create a mural that would symbolize the enchanted bond between Ravenswood and the afterlife. She stayed in the Hollis Mansion for days on end, capturing the spirit of the town's history in her paintings. The Hollis family's phantom figures were shown in the mural dancing together in an enduring Christmas celebration. Entwined with the living, the town came together in wonder on Christmas Eve as Clara displayed her masterpiece. With its colors glistening with an ethereal radiance, the mural gave the impression of coming to life. The air surrounding Hollis Mansion hummed with a sense of connection between the living and the dead, and the spectral figures painted on the wall seemed to move to an unseen tune. The painting came to represent Ravenswood's resilient character and served as evidence of the community's capacity to turn the paranormal into a cause for celebration and inspiration. Upon seeing Clara's masterpiece, visitors were astounded and felt a sense of excitement and connection to the spectral figures portrayed on the mural. Thus, Ravenswood persisted in being a thriving community where the supernatural and the everyday coexisted together. The town's Christmas celebrations gained international recognition and drew kindred spirits looking for a unique holiday experience. The painting stood as a symbol of harmony over the years, reminding those who saw it of the enchanted town where the past was not only accepted but also remembered. Every year on Christmas Eve, as the clock reached midnight, both the living residents of Ravenswood and the spectral characters congregated around the mural to exchange tales, giggles, and the enduring magic that had come to symbolize the town's charm. Ravenswood's Christmas customs developed throughout time as word of its enchanted celebrations spread. New generations were encouraged to add to the town's distinctive fabric by the spirit of harmony and connection that existed between the living and the spectral residents. A group of tech-savvy locals made the decision to develop an augmented reality experience that year that brought the town's ghost story to life. They created an app using cutting-edge technology that let users see ghostly images, hear spectral voices, and watch historical events play out while they strolled around Ravenswood streets. The augmented reality tour gained popularity right once and drew a wide range of guests, including techies and paranormal enthusiasts. They were astounded by the way the paranormal and the material world blended together as they strolled through the town under the guidance of their cell phones. With its ghostly dancers and reverberations of laughter from bygone Christmases, the Hollis Mansion emerged as the central attraction of the augmented reality encounter. In the meantime, the town council made the decision to open a museum honoring Ravenswood's extensive past, both natural and supernatural. The museum featured antique photos, antiques from the Hollis Mansion, and interactive displays that let guests get lost in the enthralling stories of the community. Now a revered figure, Emily told stories from personal experience about the magical happenings that had formed Ravenswood, mesmerizing crowds. Every year when Christmas drew near, the town came alive with a fusion of old-world celebrations and cutting-edge technology innovations. Visitors from all over the world were drawn to Ravenswood by the museum and augmented reality experience, which made it an impossible-to-miss destination for anyone looking for a unique vacation experience. Filmmaker Alex came to Ravenswood one Christmas, hoping to capture the special vibe of the community. Inspired by the convergence of technology, history, and the paranormal, Alex recorded the augmented reality tour, spoke with residents, and set out to tell Ravenswood's captivating tale to a worldwide viewership. An unexpected finding emerged as Alex investigated the town's secrets further. Forgotten letters discovered in an old archive showed that Ravenswood's special relationship with the paranormal extended beyond the Hollis Mansion. Other unrecorded tales lingered in the mists of time, just waiting to be discovered. Enthusiastic about the recently discovered information, Alex worked with Ravenswood citizens to produce a documentary exploring the town's ghostly past. Spectres of Ravenswood, the movie, went viral around the world, highlighting the town's capacity to accept its remarkable heritage while forging ahead with confidence, and thus, because to the ideal fusion of history, modernity, and the paranormal, Ravenswood's reputation as a mystical Christmas destination grew. The town's history served as a source of strength, joy, and wonder for communities all over the world, and its tale became an inspiration to them. Every Christmas, when the entire world focused on Ravenswood, the town served as a reminder of the eternal magic that could be discovered when the living and the dead came together for a celebration that went beyond time itself.